Okay, let us all close our eyes, relax. Put our left hand on top over the heart, and then the right hand over our left hand. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. Take another one. Now feel each and every heartbeat. By holding your heart, you will feel each and every heartbeat. Keep feeling it. Give yourself some love. Now think of your parents. Put their face within your heart. Remember their face. Either they pass away or they're still alive with us. This is a time when we remember our parents. We live with them. We see them. We pay gratitude towards them. There are so many times in life when they need us the most. We wasn't there. We couldn't be able to make it. When they need us to give them a call, we always say we're busy. We'll call later. But that moment has never come. There are so many times in life our parents prepare dishes for dinner, sitting on the sofas waiting for us to come home. Yet we are not home. The foods are getting colder and colder. And now they waited and waited in front of the door for us to come home. We're still not home. There are many times we have made them cry. We walk out the door and left them with tears. All the love that they have given us is more than the water in the oceans. But the love we give in them, it's just like a drop of rain on the leaf, which will dry out when the sun rises. With intention or without intention, we have hurt, injured them. Please forgive us. We also forgive them if they have done anything wrong towards us. And remember your loved ones, your relatives. Think of those people. The same way we have hurt and injured them. Made them with kindness, forgiving us. We also forgive them. Now think of all your friends, all the people who you don't know, and all beings. With or without intentions, if we have done wrong, verbally, physically, and mentally, that have hurt injured them. We are here asking for forgiveness. May them with kindness and compassion strong, forgiving us. We also forgive them. For many times in life, we have hurt ourselves. We have done unwholesome things, one after another, forgotten ourselves. We are not asking to give us a chance to love us more. Let go of all the anger, hatred, sadness, sorrow. May I be free from all kinds of sufferings. I freely forgive myself. Thank you. How you feel? Relax. So now that we have done forgiving others and asking the others to forgive us, and we also forgive ourselves, remember this. Remember this moment for your life. This is something that we should carry on to our last breath. If when every day, if you can remember just this, your life will be much easier. First, you don't want to create any enemies. Anybody come to you and say something or curse at you or shout at you, you always give them a reaction. May you be well and happy and peaceful. Instead of hate, instead of anger. That's all we need to change. Instead of giving them a response with fire within our chest, which is anger, instead of giving them a reaction with all kind of hatred, that we burn ourselves, you can feel your face is getting hotter and hotter, right? Instead of giving them all that, all we need to do is just change it to may you be well, be happy, and be peaceful with a smile on our face. That's all we need to do. And that is what we have been doing for the last 95 days. Forgot everything. For the last 95 days, that is all we did. Even though there are so many hateful people, right? They doesn't like us at all. They curse at us. But we always giving them that kind of reaction. May you be well. Be happy and be peaceful. Remember, suffering within this physical body, within anything that people throw in at us, is only 10%. Only 10% of suffering when all those things come. Okay? But when you react with anger, with hatred, anything, that adds 90% on top of that 10%. So make us 100% suffering. We should stop right at that 10. Don't add anything to it. We've been adding too much already. This is the time, the year of 2026. We shouldn't add anything that is not well, not happy, not peace, not joy. Anything that is not, don't add it to our life. Enough is enough. We don't need to go back to our old days anymore, regardless of what people does, what this world does. All we need to do is just have peace for ourselves. When we have peace for ourselves, our family will be at peace. Ask ourselves to see how many times when we give our families a sadness phase, stressful phase, but they are still smiling and happy. It's not. Not possible. But how many times when they see us smile, when they see us relax, they are so happy and they want to come closer to us. Right? So peace is something that we want to have for our world. Our world inside of this physical body, not that outside world. No one in this world can change this world. And no one can change this world but Asha. See, all the monks walking through this day, we still cannot change this world. It's impossible. But we can change our world inside to make it peaceful, happy, and live just every day with happiness. That's more than what we need. And when we are living like that, we will not react to anything that the world does. And don't get ourselves go back to the old days anymore. And I hope that with this meeting, seeing each other tonight, something we share could help all of us here to have a better life and to walk together with the venerable monks in spirit until the end of our life. Because peace is something that is practicing, right? Something that we have to practice every day. If you can breathe in, you're aware of that breath going in. If you breathe out, you're aware of that breath going out. If you can just live like that, there will be no suffering. Add awareness to our daily activities. This is what I want to say. Add awareness to every activities within our day. Eating, mindfully eating, not multitask. Not eating and watching at the same time. Not eating and texting at the same time. Not eating and talking on the phone at the same time. Your lovers. Your cell phone is your lovers. Okay? You have to stay away from your lover. Don't cheat your partner. So if we can be mindful on our activities, everything we do, just one thing at a time. Do not multitask anymore. Who's in here that multitask? All of us. Nothing surprise. In this world, all of us are multitasking also. This is why we cannot have concentration. Why we cannot have this present moment. This present moment is right here and now, within this breath going in and out. The past is a history, no one can change it. The future is something that's not yet come. We don't need to reach for it. We can make a goal, make a vow for ourselves, just like me. 3 years ago, I made a vow to walk on this journey, to raise the awareness of peace to other people who I meet. And 3 years later, time comes, the right condition comes. Now that I'm here, all Venerable here with you. So we can make the vow for ourselves and walk towards it. But we don't need to keep thinking about the future. What I'm going to do when I go home. What are we going to do when we go home tonight?
I'm going to bed.
Meditate? No, the first thing you would do is take your lover to the toilet and yes. Husband and kids waiting for food, it's okay. You talk with our lover first in the toilet. Something that people love to do in the toilet. And so when we go home, we have to be mindful of driving home. When going home is a test, you know why it's a test? When you come here, a couple hours ago, all of us trying to get here, even though in the cold weather and waited a long time, right? But you were still happy to wait for the monks until you see the monks, right? And after listening to the monk talk, when we go home, we try to rush and rush and rush. trying to get home, trying to get out of that traffic. This is when you can check yourself to see if your peace is still with you or not, or is already fragile. Just one reaction could demolish everything. Hours and hours gone with the wind. That's very easy. Our mind is like that. So be careful. Extra careful from now on. And please go home and eat, shower, sleep.
In the rush of our modern lives, where the noise of the world often drowns out the whisper of our own souls, there exists a profound invitation to simply stop. It is a radical act. This stopping, we are conditioned to measure our worth by our productivity, our speed, and our connectivity. Yet, the path to true peace, the kind of peace that does not shatter when the world shakes, begins with a reversal of this momentum. It begins by closing our eyes, silencing the external static, and turning our attention inward. Imagine, for a moment, that you are stripping away the titles you hold, the deadlines you fear, and the lists you manage. You are left with something far more elemental. You are left with the rhythm of life itself. This journey inward starts with a gesture that is both physically grounding and spiritually symbolic, placing the left hand over the heart and the right hand over the left. It is a posture of self-containment and protection, a way of holding oneself in a world that rarely offers to hold us. When we take a deep breath in this stance, we are not just oxygenating the blood, we are announcing our presence to ourselves. We are saying, "I am here." As we wait in the quiet, we begin to feel it, the steady, percussive beat of the heart. It is easy to forget that this drum has been beating for us since before we were born, working tirelessly without a single request for praise. To feel each and every heartbeat is to touch the very engine of our existence. In this tactile connection, a realization dawns. Before we can offer peace to the world, before we can love our neighbors or forgive our enemies, we must first offer a gentle, unconditional love to this being right here. We must befriend the person holding the heart. It is a moment to give yourself some love, to acknowledge your own suffering and your own wish for happiness. This is the foundation. Without this self-intimacy, our love for others remains theoretical, a concept rather than a felt experience. From this center of self-compassion, our awareness naturally expands outward to the source of that heartbeat, our parents. Whether they walk this earth with us or have passed into memory, they are the root system of our lives. In the quiet of meditation, we invite their faces into our hearts. This reflection is not always easy. The relationship between parent and child is often the most complex landscape of the human experience. We remember them, and in doing so, we often encounter the sharp edges of regret. We live in a culture of busy. We wear our busyness like a badge of honor, yet it often acts as a wall between us and those who love us most. We recall the times they needed us, a simple phone call, a visit, and we responded with the universal deflection, "I'll call later." But life is fragile, and later is a thief. There is a heartbreaking poignancy in the image of a parent waiting. We can almost see the scene, the dishes prepared with care, the fruits ripening and turning golden in the bowl, the eyes watching the door or the silent phone. They wait for us to come home, to return to the nest. But we are out chasing the wind. We often leave them with tears, walking out the door into our own lives, oblivious to the depth of their sacrifice. There is a saying that the love parents give us is greater than the water in the oceans, vast and encompassing. In return, the love we give back is often like a single drop of rain, tiny, fleeting, and quick to dry out when the sun rises. This disparity is not born of malice, but of ignorance and distraction. Recognizing this imbalance is not meant to drown us in guilt, but to awaken us to gratitude. It is a call to forgive ourselves for our shortcomings and to ask for forgiveness in spirit. It is a moment to heal the timeline of our lives, acknowledging that while we cannot change the past, We can change the texture of our memory through forgiveness. We forgive them for their imperfections, and we ask them to forgive us for our absence. As the circle of forgiveness widens, it moves beyond the intimate sphere of family to encompass friends, strangers, and even enemies. We carry so much unseen weight, the grudges we hold, the slights we remember, the fire within the chest. But here is the mechanism of suffering that we must understand if we are ever to be free. The pain we experience from the world, the insults, the losses, the hardships, is only 10% of the equation. The events themselves, the arrows thrown at us by life, constitute a mere fraction of our suffering. The remaining 90% is what we add. It is the reaction. It is the story we tell ourselves about the insult. It is the replay of the injury in our minds. It is the anger we stoke until it burns a hole in our peace. When we react with hatred or anger, we are voluntarily increasing our suffering from a manageable 10% to an overwhelming 100%. We take a difficult moment and turn it into a catastrophic day. The physiological cost is immediate. Our faces grow hot. Our hearts race not with love but with defense. And our souls burn. The mindfulness perspective offers a radical alternative. Instead of reacting with fire, we respond with water. When someone curses at us or hurts us, instead of absorbing that poison and spitting it back, we mentally offer a shield of goodwill. May you be well, happy, and peaceful. This is not about being passive or weak. It is a strategic act of self-preservation. By refusing to accept the anger, we stop the cycle. We refuse to add the 90%. In a year, in a lifetime, we have added enough misery to our own plates. To commit to peace is to say, enough is enough. I will not add any more suffering to this moment. This mastery of reaction leads us to a profound truth about control. We cannot change the world. It is a hard pill to swallow for a culture obsessed with fixing, managing, and optimizing external reality. We want to legislate peace, force kindness, and engineer happiness. But even if we walked for 1,000 miles, even if we gathered all the monks and wise leaders, we could not force the world to stop turning or the people in it to stop being human. The external world will always be a mix of beauty and chaos. However, we have absolute sovereignty over one domain: the world inside. When we cultivate peace within our own internal landscape, a miraculous shift occurs in our external environment. We begin to see that our personal state is contagious. How many times have we walked into our homes carrying the stress of the day on our faces? We offer our families a mask of tension, a furrowed brow, and short words. We poison the air of our own sanctuary. But when we walk through the door with a smile, with a relaxed spirit, the energy shifts. Our family wants to be near us. Peace becomes magnetic. We stop waiting for the world to become perfect before we allow ourselves to be happy. We realize that if we wait for the traffic to clear, for the bank account to fill, or for the critics to silence themselves before we experience peace, we will wait forever. We must build the sanctuary inside, regardless of the weather outside. But how do we build this sanctuary? It is built through the practice of single tasking, a habit that has become nearly extinct in the digital age. We have become masters of doing everything and experiencing nothing. We eat while watching screens. We talk while texting. We walk while scrolling. We are never fully here. There is a humorous yet cutting truth in the idea that our cell phone has become our lover. We touch it first thing in the morning and last thing at night. We gaze at it during dinner. We ignore real human beings to commune with it. We are cheating on our lives with a device. To reclaim our peace, we must reclaim our attention. The instruction is deceptively simple. Add awareness to every activity. When you eat, just eat. Taste the food. Feel the texture. Appreciate the nourishment. Do not let the meal be a mechanical act performed while your mind is in the metaverse. When you walk, just walk. Feel the ground. When you listen to someone, give them your eyes and your heart, not just your ears. Multitasking is the enemy of depth. It fractures our consciousness so that we are scattered in a dozen directions. effective in none. By doing one thing at a time, we gather our fragmented selves back into a cohesive whole. This is where the richness of life lives, not in the quantity of our actions, but in the quality of our presence. The ultimate test of this practice, however, does not happen in the meditation hall or during a quiet reading of these words. It happens on the drive home. It happens when reality pushes back. We can spend hours cultivating a deep sense of benevolence, feeling one with the universe. But the moment we hit a traffic jam, the moment someone cuts us off, that peace is placed on the altar of the real world. The drive home is the great examination. We rush, we stress, we try to beat the clock. In doing so, we verify whether our peace is genuine or fragile. It is tragic how easily we allow the external world to demolish our inner work. Hours of meditation can be erased by 1 second of road rage. We must view these moments not as failures, but as the actual practice field. The traffic is not an obstacle to your spiritual path. The traffic is the path. The difficult spouse, the crying child, the slow internet, these are not interruptions to your life, they are life itself. If we can maintain our 10% awareness here, if we can breathe through the rush without adding the 90% of anxiety, then we are truly walking for peace. Ultimately, this journey is about making a vow, not a vow to save the oceans or solve global conflict, but a vow to the ocean within. We do not need to look anxiously toward the future, worrying about what will happen in 10 years or even 10 hours. The future is a ghost, the past is a grave. We only have this breath. If you can breathe in and know you are breathing in, if you can breathe out and know you are breathing out, you are successful. That is the victory. Let us carry this simplicity into our days. Let us remember the feeling of our hand on our heart, the face of the parents who gave us life, and the power we have to choose our reactions. Let us divorce our distractions and marry the present moment. And when the world tries to speed us up, let us gently, firmly, slow down. Peace is a practice, and it is available to us until our very last breath. Let us walk this path together, not in a rush to arrive, but with the joy of simply being on the way.